you've ever apologized for being too much, this is for you. Because what if your leadership wasn't too much? It's just not what they're used to seeing. What if you've been powerful this whole time, but taught to fear your own power instead of own it? As women, especially in leadership, we're taught to walk a tightrope. To be confident, but not too confident. Be strong. Don't intimidate. Be clear, but be likable. I have coached women who have led teams, scaled companies, raised families, and still second-guess themselves in every boardroom, every Zoom call, and every relationship. Either because they're told they're too much, or because the people that they're interacting with are somehow trying to make them less than. You know what I mean? They're not. You never get told, wow, you've done really well. You kind of get told all the time the things you're not doing well. And I had one client who actually said to me, you know what, Geeta, I feel like I'm constantly editing myself. I'm softening my tone, I'm lowering my energy just to make people around me comfortable. And I hear this all the time. Women are apologizing for taking up space, for having ideas, for having needs. But here's what no one ever tells you. You do not owe the world your politeness at the cost of your power. Okay? Here's the truth. Leadership is not about power over others. That is a very masculine approach to it. It is really about power through clarity, presence, and emotional intelligence, which is power over ourselves. You do not need to adopt masculine traits to be respected. You don't need to shout louder. You just need to speak from alignment. Leading like a woman is not weak. It is undervalued brilliance. Your intuition, your emotional range, your ability to read the room, those are not liabilities. They're leadership assets. Courage does not sound like certainty, like always knowing what to say. It sounds like, you know what, this matters, so therefore I'm going to say it anyway. I made a promise to myself when I was trying to become more powerful that every time I did a speaking gig or I was on stage, I would say publicly, I'm a very powerful woman and I like that about myself. I can't tell you the beginning when I started to say it, the first to the second or the third, I was terrified somebody was going to go, no, you're not. Or how dare you? And then I just got into the hang of it. That was in 2019. I have been doing this for years. And every time it gets easier to say. Now it just becomes a thing that I'm comfortable to say. And it's part of who I am. I used to tone myself down in meetings though, right? I would make myself smaller. Literally. Softer voice. Fewer words. And so one day I realized, I'm not here to take up less space. I'm here to take up my rightful space. So others can do that too. There are 3 ways to start leading without apology, okay? Number 1, do not shrink your tone to make others comfortable. If your voice gets firmer, louder, more passionate, do not immediately check yourself. That's really your clarity speaking. Let her finish. Number 2, name your needs aloud. You're allowed to ask for space, time, support, silence. Leadership includes protecting your energy first, not just pouring it out to help others. Number 3, refrain too emotional as emotionally intelligent. Emotion in leadership is not a flaw. I promise you this. It is what makes you human, relatable, and magnetic. And this is something that women have as a natural superpower. Use it wisely, use it proudly. You don't have to become someone else to lead. You just have to stop hiding who you already are. The more that you trust yourself, your voice, your instincts, and your leadership, the more others will too. If this resonates, hit subscribe. And if you're ready to stop editing yourself and start owning your next chapter, head to Sidhu-Robb.com and explore my coaching programs. You're not too much. You're finally showing up as just enough of yourself.